All right, so let's just talk about negotiations. This video might not be for everybody. This video is specifically for somebody who finds it really hard to negotiate with people, who finds it a bit difficult to get exactly what they want from the people. And it's not a bad thing, actually. It can be really good tool, useful tool in your working professional life as well. So at first, if you are in such a business, or if you are such a service where you are required to serve something to your customers, or sell something to the opponent person, even in general life as well, you want something from the other person, or you want other person to agree with you on something, then you got to be very positive initially. You can always say yes. I mean, it's not saying yes to every proposal that that person says, but you can always agree at initially up to some extent, to the point that he agrees or he feels that you are agreeing to this point, and you both can get into the middle ground, and then you can converse, and then you can talk on that particular topic. And at the same time, let's say if you are kind of disagreeing on a particular level, then you can always shift your baseline to the opposite side, so that if the negotiation starts, then it can reach up to the point where you are satisfied with the point. Let's say you are negotiating price with somebody, right? It's very normal, actually. Everybody does that in a bargaining system. It's called bargaining. It's generally bargaining theme. But let's say you are talking about, let's say a person is saying that that person wants certain things to be done by 21st of December, let's say, and you are kind of reluctant to do it, or maybe you are busy, so you're saying that you know in your mind that you can do it by 25. But how do you do that? I mean, you can directly say, at first you can say that, okay, no worry, it's possible, you can do it, but it will take a bit time, like let's say a week or something, and then you can directly say that. I guess I believe that it would take around 31st December. That, like that, if you say 31st, then the baseline completely change for that person, and that person thinks, okay, 31st is like, okay, let me just reduce a little bit, and that person would say, oh, 27 or 25. I mean, you can agree on 25 or 26 like that, but if you say directly 25, that person would argue with you, and you might have to do it a bit earlier. So in that way, you can change your baseline in order to get the exact amount of favor that you want in a particular situation. And it often happens to me. I mean, where I work in a bank, so it often happens with the customers. A customer wants something in a particular time, but you are kind of busy, or you know that how much time it takes. So you say in a particular manner that kind of discourage them at first, if you say directly no in the initial. But you can always say or agree with them, or say gradually. Let's say if person says can do that, and if you know that you can do it, then you can say, oh yeah, of course it will, yeah, that's no problem, it can be done very easily, don't worry. Yeah, and then you can propose. At first you agree with that thing, and then you propose something, your point, in a way that that person doesn't feel offended, and the person also can be on a middle ground. Like, you both can get on a middle ground, and that thing works for you. I mean, it's very interesting, because if you say no at the initial stage, it might be possible that the person would go away, and you might lose something. So it's specifically this short video is specifically for those people who are in a kind of business or service. I guess this is not specifically about business or service, because it's in general as well, like in general life as well, we can use this negotiating. I wouldn't say it specifically a negotiating tool or something, but it's a very rather I would say baseline shift, yeah, baseline shift thing.